Hi guys. All right, so Aquarians, let's go ahead and jump on into a kind of a special storyline because for the last 48 hours, you guys know we have been having some pretty significant storms, some solar storms, right? So that mass coronal ejection has made it so that the aurora borealis was much more visible in the night sky in many more locations, and that energy projection coming from the sun can be spiritually looked at as either energy that can purge or energy that can awaken. Now, we've done all but your zodiac. I'm just ending with Aquarius now. We have all of our 13 zodiacs done after this. And I will say that not every zodiac storyline fit into one of those two categories of, is it a purge or an awakening? There were a couple of different spins on things here and there. So we'll see what this energy is doing for Aquarius. But I just want to keep it a little bit broad. We have middle world, we have the sorcerer, and we have fire. Okay, so obviously we have got huge amounts of creative spark coming possibly like from about the solar plexus region. If we're going to pick a chakra, this is the house of willpower. And it could very much be that Aquarius is like all fired up, all tapped in, and what they are able to create right now could practically feel like magic. They could be doing things, creating things, having ideas, and then like running with it, and just sparks are like really really flying. Like it feels absolutely amazing. It feels like I don't know if Aquarius is just realizing their own truest potential and their true power of what they can create. Using my intuition, great to see you. Your name is so perfect for this storyline because I feel like this character is like really rocking their intuition on, like I'm inspired to do these things. This is what I'm going to gravitate toward, and then poof, they make their vision a reality. And it could be that many ideas that Aquarius has right now, if they were to put just a minimal effort in, they could see things start to happen. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. And this could be everything from ideas that a character has that like you plant a seed and then that grows, and 3 months from now it's like, oh my god, that was just a wild hair idea that I had one night at 11:02 p.m. as I was getting into bed, and then instead I decided to take one little action. I thought of something, I reached out, I sent an email, and by the next day I got a message, and then from there the ball started rolling, and then 3 months from now, and oh my god, look at what's happened. Look, Aquarius could send a message to someone who becomes the person that they marry. This could also represent like a perfect job that they will create for themselves. This could be, I have this talent, I have this idea, I'd like to offer, a demo of my work. This could be something creative or something passionate. This could be reaching out to a person that maybe Aquarius is attracted to. Maybe it's reaching out to an old friend or somebody that, it's like, I used to work with them. I never told them I had a crush on them. I see that they're single now. I just randomly going to send like some weird message and say, hey, I never told you this, but I always thought you were really awesome. And, I'm kind of happy to see that you're single because I always thought you deserved better. And by the way, P.S. I'm better. I don't know. It could be a little bit bold. Slave Princess, so nice to see you. This feels so awesome. It feels like Aquarius is pretty awesome. They are reaching out to somebody that is in the hermit mode. So this could be a Virgo that Aquarius would reach out to, or simply a divine masculine who tends to like keep their own counsel a certain amount. Excuse me. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit tonight. We got through all 13 zodiacs now, though. So if you're looking for any other zodiacs, they are all up. I was determined we're getting our zodiacs. And they've been great stories tonight. So I really enjoyed them. But whomever this is could be somebody that Ophiuchus, maybe it's going to be them reaching out, which could be where we have the magic, the sorcerer energy. It could be that, sorry, I said Ophiuchus. I just did an Ophiuchus video. It'll be released right after this. Aquarius could be stunned because if they suddenly have like, you know what, I'm thinking of that one hottie that I used to work with, and then Aquarius goes and looks them up online or something, maybe they are going to reach out. It could be something, because there is some twist to this. There's a plot twist here, because with the sorcerer energy, it's like, oh my God, if I think it happens. If I think their name, this person who doesn't even reach out to anybody suddenly reaches out to me. It could be something along those lines. But I don't know. We'll see. We have Temperance, we have Page of Swords. So they've been watching Aquarius. They absolutely have been. This is like, and they've thought for a long time they would be a good match for Aquarius. Whether or not they said it out loud, I don't know. I feel like they have a very vivid memory of, I don't know if Aquarius was wearing some cute little sundress or what, but I feel like they knew at a certain point in time Aquarius was going to be important to them. And I don't even think that this person would be necessarily shy about saying that. Even if they don't say very much, a sentence like that says a ton. You know, sometimes one sentence can say more than 7 hours of conversation. And they may be not that terrific with words, but maybe they say more with their eyes than with words. Maybe that's very appealing to Aquarius. Let me see. Slave Princess, you angel. It's so good to have you here. We have the Devil sideways. Okay, that energy could definitely be, they are tongue-tied. They have been tongue-tied. And I don't think it's like somebody who already had like fights or arguments or anything like that. This does not feel like a wayward ex. This does not feel like somebody who's like, well, I wanted to be with Aquarius, but then I left, even though I knew that they were the one for me, and I've been brooding over it ever since. I don't really think that, only because this card is sideways. The Devil card sideways does say that they could be broody, and it does say that Aquarius might want to converse with them, but it feels like they are. But conversing about the very thing, like, yeah, I kind of wanted to ask you out a long time ago. I keep thinking like Aquarius is going to contact this person or vice versa, because I don't know, maybe Aquarius looks up their social media and that very same moment they like send a DM or something like that. I have no idea how they're doing it, other than they don't typically say much, but they're going to make their presence known. And it starts though with Aquarius taking one small step forward. Maybe they send the first message, or maybe they just look this person up and then bam, this person writes to Aquarius. And Aquarius is like, hot diggity. What else should I conjure up into my life right now by taking minimal effort and simply thinking about it, and then it happens, you know? It could be one of those moments where it's like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. And now here we are talking, and we're actually openly talking about nervousness, about, you know, how come we didn't talk sooner? 9 of Pentacles. I don't think Aquarius has been like, oh my God, I've dreamt of you every day and every night. I feel like Aquarius has had a very comfortable single solo run lately. This is usually someone who's very abundant, very much like Aquarius would be really good at listening to their own guides as well. And maybe that's exactly why they are taking any particular action during these solar flares, is maybe because they are able to hear that. You know, where does our inspiration come from? It comes from, you know, looking around us and seeing things and having thoughts that seemingly pop into our head from nowhere, but maybe oftentimes that's our guides. You know, maybe many things in our life, you know, we listen to our subconscious or we listen to our guides, and it inspires us. And it's, I mean, even here we had like a whole flock of birds hovering above that tree. So it could be that Aquarius has always been attuned to their guides, which is also maybe why they kind of have a radical trust in the universe. I just don't know that Aquarius has ever seen things manifest so quickly that they have wanted. And right now it does feel like there's passion, there's desire. So I could see Aquarius connecting to someone, but I will say it would be them taking the first step. I want to say Sag had, you know, like Sag was taking the first step. And I think Pisces also. I think those are the only 2 other zodiacs where the individuals were making the first move. the lead character made the first move. So Aquarius is also possibly one making the first move, or being like, that might be how this solar energy is hitting them, as it's encouraging like a flood of passion that then makes them think about what they want, that then makes them take one small step, and then the rest of it, kind of things just roll. 7 of Wands, 10 of Cups sideways. That 7 of Wands and the 10 of Cups says that some of the things that, Aquarius might have to talk to this person about, so wait, are you afraid of a relationship? You are telling me that you knew I was someone special to you, but does that mean you want a relationship? I think it's important to be really content and really happy solo, and not get into a relationship hoping that if you're not content solo, that'll somehow fix your not contentedness. So, are you sure that you would be ready for a relationship? I think that's probably a really valid, moment of awareness. And I think it's because Aquarius is very comfortable in their own skin, even if they're also passionate and they have desires. At the same time, they're not out deciding, hey, you need to be with me. I'm really lonely. Come here and make it better. Aquarius doesn't need somebody to make it better. They would want a compliment, but that's different than saying, I need somebody to fix what I'm unhappy in. And I think that's a big question that Aquarius might pose to this person, to this masculine. I kind of think that I think Aquarius is what they've needed. It would be like if we're sitting down saying, I don't feel good today. I have no energy. And somebody goes, well, are you hungry? And it's like, I don't think so. Well, did you eat today? No. Well, maybe you're sick and you don't want to eat. But on the other hand, do you want to try, here, try, I've got this for lunch. You can have it. And then you take one bite and you go, oh my God, I didn't know I was hungry. That's what it was. Sometimes we don't realize what we're missing in life. And I almost think that they were alone for too long. And maybe we're like, because here they are moving the blockages. Almost like that's exactly what I've wanted in my life, was the partnership with the person that I've already been drawn to. I don't know why I couldn't seem to get out of my own way to get to it. I think it's a valid question for Aquarius to check. Are you sure you want partnership? Even if you've been staring at me for a while, maybe there's a reason you didn't want to be in a partnership. Have you considered? And I think that the reverse is true in this case. This feels like we could have a very wonderful conversation, very honest, very gentle between two people that are, I don't know, that maybe just needed to come to pass. But I think it is Aquarius's desire and passion that needed to get something going. Okay, let's use this as an example. If you've ever been to a party and everybody's kind of quiet, you know how it takes even just one person that is, funny and easygoing and can make a couple dirty jokes and flit around the room, and they make everybody start to laugh, even if it's just to laugh at them and chit chat about them. They're the icebreaker, right? That's what the icebreaker conversation is. That's what we use the word icebreaker, to say something that gets the ball rolling. Somebody has to do it. Somebody's energy has to be the icebreaker. And I think it is the way this energy is flowing through Aquarius is the icebreaker. But it's so funny because it starts out just with them taking a minimal effort, but with the right level of passion and interest, and that kicks everything off and gets it started. With the Ace of Swords in the reverse, this is not the reaction that Aquarius would have expected. It's not like they had foresight and foreknowledge. They might have just randomly said, I've been thinking about that one hottie that I used to work with. I'm just going to randomly look them up online. And sure enough, that gets the ball rolling. It could be something where this isn't plotted out and thought out, because so much of this is more about how Aquarius listens to their guides and kind of does things and kind of goes with the flow and feels their feels. But I still think Aquarius doesn't plot and formulate, and they're not in this story anyway. Aquarius is not like the manifestor where it's I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write down what I want 350 times every day. I know some people do that. I barf. No way. I had a job one time that told me I had to do that in their meetings, and I was like, I am not this person. I am just not this person. It's not me. It is all day. It's not me. I am a very different person. That is not how I do anything. I don't sit down and write about it. As a writer, yeah, that's different. But I don't sit down and write something repetitiously that I want. I just can't. My brain, I can't stand it. The repetition drives me bananas. So it's really funny how like we all do things different, right? Our comfort zone is different. I don't know where Aquarius's comfort zone is, but it does not look like they are somebody who is purely a linear thinker. It looks like they are somebody who rolls with the power of what they harness from the cosmos. They take actions that feel right to them, that they're inspired to take, and then after like plunking one pebble and letting it start rolling down the hill, then they see what gathers momentum and what it becomes. But I don't see Aquarius knowing that this was going to be the outcome. Yet I think it comes out really nice because we do have a 10 of cups. We have a wonderful surprise. We have things growing somewhere in the next 3 months that Aquarius is like, well, damn, I can't believe this. That took minimal effort and look at what's happening. And that could be really nice. That really could be wonderful. We have Magician upright. So they do manifest a little differently. Aquarius perhaps is harnessing however they manifest. Just the fact that I was just talking about that and how everybody's different, right? What drives one person crazy could be exactly the path that another person wants to take. We have Aquarius possibly doing things more like envisioning themselves in the alternate, path. So they may not envision what everything else needs to look like. They envision themselves as the primary character. You notice how there's this reflection, but they're in the water, living, in the other world that exists in the water. I could see this as the reason things are working for Ophiuchus. Maybe this is something that they're learning about themselves. Maybe this is their big breakthrough. They manifest by envisioning themselves in whatever the environment is. Maybe they can't see the person's face that they're going to be married, but they can picture like, oh my gosh, I'm going to come home to somebody. They're going to have these warm arms to wrap around me. And, I can feel these things. And it's me that can feel these things. And maybe that's how they manifest, is through warmth and through the heart space and through envisioning themselves experiencing something, but not necessarily all the particulars of exactly who it's going to be and exactly the details. All I can say is this is very powerful Aquarius. And if they're going to start learning about how they manifest, that could be a really useful thing for them, because I think they're very, very good at it. This is beautiful, though. We got a nice love story out of this one. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Slave Princess, I hear you. You don't eat till 5. Oh my gosh. Lately, I've been coming in at about 4 p.m. just because I was busy. And this morning was totally different. This morning, I got up and I'm not even joking. I'm not a breakfast person, but at 10 a.m., I was like, I have to have shrimp and tuna fish. And that's what I ate at 10 a.m. Cornelia, so good to see you. Hey, Brian, awesome to hang with you, honey. And use my intuition, always a delight. Thank you so much, Slave Princess. Lots of love, babe. All right, you guys, I will see you again. Well, we'll do one more tonight still. But, oh, happy birthday, Kiara Leone. Happy birthday. I hope this is your best year, honey. I'm going to go over and do today's topic video. And in that, I do a little, just like a generalized, for the 21st, I will do a little card pull for the 21st birthday. So anyway, I'll see you over there. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.